This story comes to us from justice.gov. So out of the Justice Department's media site, we get this story out of Miami, Florida. Let's not confuse it. A former Hialeah Police Department sergeant has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of depriving women of their civil rights under color of law by sexually abusing them. A police sergeant. As part of his changed his plea, Jesus Manuel Minocal of Miami admitted that he kissed a woman and caused her to touch his exposed doodah. He had a second woman who was in a psychiatric crisis perform oral sex on him. And a third woman he coerced a third woman who was walking alone at night into submitting to sex with him. Both Trying to keep it clean. This guy's making it difficult. But yeah, there's a fourth woman. Hold on. While not directly related to the offenses to which he pled guilty, Minoka also admitted to bringing a fourth female into the Hialeah Police Department building and ordering her to remove her shorts and underwear, causing her to expose her butt to him. Minoka admitted that he was on duty and in uniform during all of these acts, abusing his official authority. So 4 acts, he's pleaded guilty to 3 of them. What happens to the fourth one? She just gets swept aside? Well, that's justice. Now, U.S. Attorney Juan Antonio Gonzalez of the Southern District of Florida was quoted as saying Minocal sexually exploited the very people he swore to protect. He betrayed his oath as a police officer and cast a dark shadow over the outstanding work done by the fine law enforcement professionals who serve our communities. Such egregious civil rights violations will not be tolerated. So, fine law enforcement professionals who serve our communities. This guy tarnished it. Now, Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division was quoted as saying, "We will not stand by idly when law enforcement officials abuse their power and position to sexually exploit and harm women. The Civil Rights Division will continue to vigorously investigate and prosecute government officials who use the power of their office to sexually abuse and harm vulnerable people in their communities. We hope that this conviction sends a strong message to survivors of law enforcement sexual misconduct that their allegations will be investigated and taken seriously." Now, did you see the difference there? And I'm not criticizing either attorney, but I noticed something there, and maybe it's just me, that Juan Antonio Gonzalez, the U.S. attorney, he talked about this police officer that exploited people and cast a dark shadow over the work done in law enforcement, where the female attorney, Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark, talks about how he sexually harmed and abused vulnerable people, i.e. women. You see, it's subtle. You got to look at it there. How the man was focusing on how he tarnished the law enforcement profession, while the woman attorney, she's focusing on the fact that women have been abused, harmed, and vulnerable. I don't know. It's just from a man's point of view, from a woman's point of view. If you get what I'm saying. Am I off? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. But moving on, Assistant Special Agent in Charge John J. Bernardo of FBI Miami says Jesus Minocal is a predator who disgraced the badge he once wore by using his status as a police officer to sexually abuse women. His actions are depraved and serve only to diminish the hard work and professionalism of the vast majority of South Florida law enforcement officers who follow their oath of office and whose conduct is above reproach. Now, Minocal is scheduled for sentencing on May 12th of this year before U.S. District Judge Kathleen M. Williams. He faces a statutory maximum sentence of 3 years in prison, 1 year for each count. Again, what happened to the fourth girl who had to drop her shorts in the police department? She just, well, all she had to do was show it, her booty. She don't get justice? I don't know. It's just me, guys. I'm just asking. The case was investigated by the FBI with the assistance from the Hialeah Police Department. They investigated their own. The case is being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorneys Edward N. Stamm and Monica K. Castro of the Southern District of Florida, and trial attorney Kyle Boynton and Special Litigation Counsel Samantha Trappell of the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. Samantha Trappell we've seen before in our editorials. Now, related court documents and information may be found on the website. It's there. If you want to click the link below in the description box, click that and go to the story. There's a website there where you can look at some of the documents and information on this case. Here's a police sergeant that's looking at a maximum of 3 years for this. 3. And I know people are going to go, well, it's not really special treatment, because it is special treatment. Because this guy should be looking at 10 minimum, not 3 maximum. 3 maximum, they said. He'll probably do 12 months.